Why are we talking about Shohei Ohtani?
I just can't see a baseball world out west in Anaheim without having this guy part of the Angels. I know where you're going. You have a guy, $400 million player in Mike Trout. Can you afford two of those kinds of players?
And Anthony Rendon.
Listen, I would be shocked if he wore a uniform anything other than the Angels.
I am the polar opposite of you. I would be shocked if he was wearing an Angels uniform. At some point, a team that never plays in the postseason, you can't operate like you're always playing in the postseason. At some point, you have to draw the line and go, well, we have one $400 million player. How many of those are there in the sport? We have one of them, right? We get the only one. We can't have two of them, and that's what we're talking about. He's a $400 million talent.
And when you look at Ohtani, he's headed toward 30 years old, so you're giving him this type of money later in his career, and you don't really know. He's had back trouble. He's been on the IL several times. So there are some other underlying things that you have to consider when you talk about a 10, 11, 12-year deal for Ohtani.
Who is more likely to sign a long-term contract with their current team, Ohtani or Soto?
Neither.
All right, so if neither will sign a long-term contract, are you just going to let them leave in free agency?
If you're the organization, you cannot. You've invested too much in them.
So what do you do now? You got to trade them, right?
You got to cash in. Now, when you cash in depends on the organizational thought. But for me, if I'm going to trade Juan Soto, I'm not trading him at the trade deadline. I'm trading him in the offseason.
What about Ohtani? If you trade Shohei Ohtani this year, he becomes the number one pitcher that you could acquire at the trade deadline. And, oh, by the way, he would be the number one bat. Because if we're saying Wilson Contreras is the top position player, pound for pound, offensively speaking, Shohei Ohtani would be the number one bat and the number one arm.
I can't disagree with you. I can't.
Those are facts.
But I just don't. I don't see him in a uniform outside of the Angels. I don't know why, but I just don't.
We need to close your eyes and try.
Okay.
Because I think that's going to eventually happen.